New Norcia, Australia's only monastic town. It's an historical and spiritual treasure smack bang in the middle of the Australian bush.
Hello, welcome to Adam and Jen on the Move. Another little weekend getaway. This time we're going to New Norcia. So if you remember a couple of episodes ago, we did a little reconnaissance mission up to Dalwallinu, and we stopped at New Norcia on the way home. So we're going to head up there and have a little look. We've heard that it's got quite the history to it, some a little sordid maybe. So we'll find out all about that and let you know. So yeah, grab yourself a beer, glass of wine, enjoy.
So as we're on our way to, and I think it's pronounced New Norcia, not New Nausea. Just what you...
I didn't say New Norcia.
What'd you say?
New Norcia.
Oh yeah, New Norcia. It's not New Norcia, it's New Norcia. Because we have YouTube this a little bit just to kind of see if it's worth a weekender, and it looks like it is. So Adam's done some research on Wiki, and it looks like there's two different camping sites. So one is behind the roadhouse, which I think is tarred, and you have access to toilets and showers that you need to pay for. Or what we're going to opt for, and that is going to the outskirts of the Oval. Apparently you can not free camp, but no power camping, self-contained camping around that. So we haven't booked anything, so we are flying by the seat of our pants, Adam and Jen style. He's a little concerned, but I reckon we're gonna be absolutely fine. So anyway, taking you with us. I'm having a wine, he's gonna have a beer, maybe we'll have a campfire, we're not sure, but we'll see when we get there. Spoke to the lovely ladies at the New Norcia Roadhouse, very helpful. So we're just going to pick a spot, maybe over there, and show you around. Sometimes the hardest part when you're given too much room is it's very hard to pick a spot. So we've got this whole oval. Old mate's behind me, and I've actually just said you choose because plenty of space. But you got all this space. One caravan over there. The roadhouse is this way. Oh, the monastery business is this way. And a little A-van. Looks good. And just like that, we're in. So Adam's already cracked a beer. I haven't got myself a wine yet. I know. Oh my God. But I just thought I'd show you. In wintertime, for us, what we like to do to keep warm, some people have heaters and that sort of stuff, but we had a hot tip from Bundle, our mate, who said, when you have a perfectly good gas stove, in the mornings when you're cold and you need to put your tea on anyway, just turn a couple of burners on, and it heats up the caravan perfectly. It's completely safe because it's just as if, you know, you've got something on the stove and you're in here, so it's not out of control, and it warms up in the morning so nicely. What we also do, we like to do it the natural way. I always bring an extra throw. She ain't pretty, but we use one of those, and I also have a 12-volt heated blanket, so that can plug in outside. So when we get the fire going a little bit later on, if it's still cold, I can have that wrapped around my back. So we like to use our 12-volt system and just good old-fashioned rugs, gas stovetop, and of course, very important, when you're going to bed, the essential hot water bottle. We've both got one of those, and they are a must. And they stay warm for most of the night, so you don't need to spend a whole heap of money. And, of course, you have your campfire going, so that keeps you warm as well. So please, guys, make sure you get out in wintertime and enjoy camping, because it is just as good, and it doesn't need to be expensive, and you don't need to use air conditioners, things like that. Can if you want, of course, and if you're plugged in, fantastic, but we're not. So, I mean, we do have our PS2000. We always carry that as a backup, and we always make sure it's fully charged before we go away on trips like this. So anyway, time for a wine. Oh my god.
We've had this for
3 years?
I was going to say 5, maybe 3. I thought it was more than that. But they're so super light. I think the whole thing weighs about 3 kilos. Rolls up into that. So nothing. Takes up no room. But this is now, this mat alone now is probably at least 2 years old or 3 years old.
I would say it's 3, I reckon.
So, yeah.
Haven't bought one in a while. This, the good thing about this is that it is a, what do you call it, a no-show,
It's a no-trace fireplace, so they say. So they say, whoever they are, they say that you can set these up and they don't leave a scorch mark on the earth, on the ground, so that you can simply pack it up and go, so there's no trace of where you've been.
And building it is as easy as this, and it is so light when you've got to watch your weights.
And that's it. It's as easy as that.
That's a great fire pit. Now we're ready.
We're at an oval at New Norcia. There's only 3 other vans here. Plus ourselves, that's 4. But you can see there's heaps of space. So the way it works out is it's $10 a night for unpowered down here on the oval. You pick your spot, camp there, $10 a night. If you want access to the toilet and shower, it's an extra $5 a night. So down here you have to be fully self-contained, which we are, so we have no problem with that. If you want power, you can go up to behind the roadhouse and you can hook up to power, and then that is $20 a night, I believe. I will double check that.
So he likes to talk behind the scenes.
It really doesn't matter anyway, because anything I say is going to end up on the editing room floor anyway.
No one's going to hear this. Nah, it's gone. Cut. So I've woken up to a very frosty morning. Had some gas for the nice hot shower, which was great, and had our stovetop running for a little bit, and then it ran out. We've realised we're out of gas, and our second gas bottle has the wrong nozzle on it. So, PS2000, thank God, is fully charged, so we can have everything we need, just no gas.
So, just a trick for young players. As you can see, black top. Screws on. The top I picked up, grey. No thread. So, pay attention when you change your gas bottles at the swap and go.
Beautiful. Now, electric stovetop. Off we go. So once again, we didn't mean for this video to be about the PS2000, but this is why we have it. So, all the lights are on. The power station is now charging up the fridge because we've plugged the whole van into the PS2000. So I've got hot toast on the way. Adam's got a coffee coming. The batteries are being charged up by the PS2000, unfortunately. Isn't that a bummer that that's what that does?
Well, the house batteries take priority, so it charges everything up first if you want it plugged in this way. So everything works in your van.
Isn't this cute that we've been doing this for what, 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
Caravanning?
Yeah,
and we can still make
stuff everything
stupid little mistakes.
Yeah.
But one mistake we haven't made is the PS2000. So it'll do everything we need it to do. It's just a bummer because...
So our house batteries in the van were at around 70% this morning, running everything last night without the PS2000. Now we've just plugged the PS2000 and it's at 97%.
Oh, bugger it. Right, so it truly is using the power from the power station to top the batteries up, which is not what we want. We want to be able to use stuff.
But you can still use it.
Yeah, you can.
Or, as we've said before, you could just plug things individually into the power station to run it. So,
yeah,
you know, you could plug your coffee machine into it and run it, or your toaster in it if that's what you got. But what we couldn't do is plug
the stove
in to get boiling water.
And that's the most important thing. First thing in the morning, you've got to have liquid. So we've thought of, well, you've got the time to contemplate now that we finally have a hot cuppa. 3 other stupid things that we did.
Why do I get the blame always?
Okay, what's the one other stupid thing that you didn't bring?
I didn't bring the solar blanket to charge the PS2000 up. Don't stress.
So what's the second stupid thing?
Well, is there another one?
Yes, there's 3. There's 3. We just discussed it. That maybe rather than plugging the whole, and yes, I'm still, it's still morning, so you can't see my face on TV.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get what you're going to say. So, rather than plugging the whole van in to...
everything.
Yeah, into the PS2000 to run everything, what we could have done to boil the jug is not boil the jug, just put a cup of hot water in the microwave and just...
plug the microwave direct.
In. That would have been much more efficient and much quicker than waiting for the electric kettle to... well, the electric stovetop to boil the kettle, because that took quite a long
And it's
time.
obviously drawn a lot of power from the PS2000 because it's charged the batteries up of the caravan.
Yeah, well, the caravan's now at 100%.
Oh,
so
caravan's
it's running real well.
But that was the very power expensive way for us to have a cuppa.
What was the third thing then? That's 2. Well, there wasn't a third thing.
Yeah, there was.
I don't think so.
Give me a moment. I remember the third thing.
What was the third thing?
The third thing was we left the gas hot water on all night, overnight. I think you put it on even like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I heard it. So
first thing I did was put that on, because we're going to have a hot shower last night.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need a hot shower.
Yeah. That was also stupid. Once you realise that you're not going to have a shower,
turn your hot water off.
Turn your hot water off.
But we ran it all night, ran the gas all night.
All night. I don't know. So anyway, all of my spruiking about how we live off grid in winter and how clever we are. No, it's just stupid. Damn it. He's just arrived back from checking if the roadhouse has gas.
Bindoon or Mora, depending on which direction.
Oh, damn it! All right. Well, it looks like we're going to do the 1 p.m. tour. and go for a little drive, eh?
Hey.
First I make myself a coffee.
So we made it back from Bindoon, and the lady at the Mitre 10 swapped over both gas bottles for us for the price of one. Now it's time for the tour around town.
So this looks like it's the old police station, and check this out. I am taller than it. Amazing. We just did a lovely tour, just a self tour into the gallery, gift shop, information centre, which was fabulous. We've realised we only have half an hour left before our actual tour of the town, so we've stopped into the Roadhouse just to grab a simple sandwich, and it would be rude not to. A Benedictine Shiraz, why not? That's actually really good, try it. Someone decided he was holier than thou and was too good to drink this time of day.
Smooth.
Cheers.
As you step inside the Abbey Church, you will come across a marble tomb of Norcia's founder, Rosendo Salvador, along with one of only two large Moser organs crafted in Germany and imported to Australia in the 1920s.
Well, hello, I'm Father Robert. I'm one of the monks here. I'm going to demonstrate for you today our pipe organ, which you can see up there.
While we're in the Abbey Church, we were lucky enough to meet one of the 7 monks that still reside at the monastery, and he played the Moser organ for us. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It was the most mesmerizing, amazing sound that you've ever heard, and it actually brought a tear to my eye. He also got on the piano and played one of his own pieces, which again brought a tear to my eye. I was not allowed to record him playing, unfortunately, as he was a bit shy and requested that no one record. So unfortunately, that's just a memory for me now, and an amazing one, but that is probably one of the best parts of this whole tour.
Now the monks could not run the school
What an absolutely stunning place New Norcia is. However, it does have a dark side and a dark history. And you can feel it as you wander through the gallery and peruse some of the paintings and pictures and real photos of the Aboriginal children that were taken to this place.
Good morning, guys. It's pack up day today, so we're off home. But I thought we'd just let you know what we thought of the tour, because we did a tour yesterday, quite extensive, 2 hours long, actually a little bit over 2 hours long. Very informative. We won't tell you too much about the tour in case you want to do it yourself. As I said, it's very extensive. They go through everything. The monks of today have acknowledged that there is a dark past. They're not hiding it. So even though they don't condone what happened, they are acknowledging it. And you can know all about that sort of stuff. So there were a lot of young boys and young women that were probably affected by this. It's not through them. Although they acknowledge that their ancestors had something to do with it. So that's all I'll tell you about the dark history of it. But as I said, pack up day today. We're off home. We're expecting some rain, quite a lot, about 30 mils, I think. So we're trying to get home before the rain. So thanks for watching. Jen will probably throw in some more stuff. But,
it's morning, so I can't show my face on TV.
yeah, she doesn't like talking in the mornings.
Done and dusted. I got my rosary beads. Adam is horrified. I just like pearls.
I got a beer.
Oh yeah, got a new Norcia beer.
7.3%. So I'm gonna have a little sample of that this afternoon.
Oh nice.
Watching the footy.
That'd be nice. We've had a hearty breakfast. Didn't show you that. No one needs to see me eating.
Bacon, eggs, mushroom, black pudding.
Black pudding. Thank you, Johnny boy. He's got me obsessed with black pudding. Leave a comment if you love black pudding too, or if you think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. That was New Norcia, done and dusted. I did just want to add my take on the tour yesterday. So $25 per person, which also included getting into the gallery and the museum. That was fascinating. a little bit morbid and dark, some of it. It's hard to understand when you see the old pictures of all of the Aboriginal children with these monks. It just doesn't look right, and no one looks happy. But then we are told in the tour that a lot of these Aboriginal orphans came from the lost generation, the stolen generation. Whether you believe that or not, that's what our history says.
Yeah, it's certainly a thing. The government sent the children there, and there were hundreds of them, and they probably
poor little bastards.
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's got the town. It does have a dark history, and that is part of it. And the monks, obviously, it wasn't them. It wasn't the current monks. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And they're doing their best to
turn things around.
Yeah, to help out and to acknowledge what happened was a horrible thing. And
it was in the early 1900s, I think they said on the tour, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was mostly when the Maris brothers took over. There was some dark history in that as well, because that's when a lot of the Aboriginal boys and girls came to New Norcia. But I mean, there was white children there as well. So it wasn't by any means just Aboriginal children.
So, a quick snippet of the history. They had boarding schools for white paying boys and girls, and that's part of the amazing buildings that we've shown you in this video. They're absolutely stunning. They are run down, and so the monks get their money to restore the town purely from visitors, people buying the products and people staying there and people paying for the tour. So it's well worthwhile. They're doing an amazing job to keep it the way it looks now.
There once were 80 monks there. Now there's 7. That's all they've got.
Yeah.
The whole time is made up of prayers, so they don't have much time to do anything else.
Yeah, up at 4 a.m. in the morning for the first prayer at 5, and then they pray all day.
Not for me.
Not for me either. So we've done that. We probably don't need to do that again. Very interesting history. The tour itself was probably a little drawn out. It could have been condensed, and she could have been a little more excited about it, but she does 2 a day every day, so fair enough. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As I say, if we've forgotten any very important snippies, I'll stick them in. So
get busy living.
That's your line. Get busy living. We'll see you on the next one. Just quickly, sorry. The debate on whether it is New Norcia or New Norcia.
Not nausea. New Norcia. You soften the sea.
Norcia. Yeah. The debate on that. So, quite interesting. The tour guide was saying Norcia, and the monk, I'm calling him monkey because I like to add a Y on everything and that makes him so. Anyway, the monk said New Norcia. So there you go. We're both right and we're both wrong. Call it what you will. Anyway, that's that debate done.